everyone, how are we doing? How many of you have managed to grab the planner so far? I am so excited. Thank you all so much for buying the planner, for sending emails about the planner. I'll pop the link up here just a little bit bigger if you're watching on a phone. Thank you so much for ordering, for supporting me for now and always. It's just been so fun. Can't wait for the planner. Yes, it's gonna be really good. Yeah, it's just gonna be so good. And I think that it's definitely something that I wish that I had, because I cannot tell you the amount of money that I've wasted on planners. So today we are going to be talking about how to give Etsy buyers the best possible experience. Now, we do know, don't we, that 5-star reviews are probably one of my top 3 things that really starts to boost your shop without you changing anything else, right? So we know that basically 5-star reviews are like giving Etsy a little thumbs up and saying, hey, like, people love this product, people also really like this shop is doing good, like, it's not scamming anyone, it's not, you know, it's not annoying people, it's not doing all these horrible things that you hear horror stories of. It's a good shop and a good product. So that being said, obviously, as we know, getting a 5-star review is kind of right at the top of your list, okay? Like I said, we all know that, you know, it's just a good idea. It's just a jolly good idea to make sure that, you know, apart from getting the order, getting the revenue, the profits, which we all love, it's just really getting those 5-star reviews, because not only are they good for the algorithm, but they're also good for things like social proof. Etsy introduced this tool. I think I saw it like this time last week, but I think it's kind of being rolled out, where you can quite easily share a review and just kind of make the whole process easier, rather than you having to, you know, like, copy it, do a little screenshot, do this, do that. So let me know, have you guys got that tool yet? That little thing, I think it popped up. It was just on my dashboard, but things like that really kind of make you realize that actually reviews are just super important, right? And people do love it when you can show them, when you can really kind of give people that sense of, okay, this shop is fine, social proof, people love this product, all that kind of stuff. Yes, you've got it. Awesome. Tracy's got the little thing as well. Yes, I've used it and it works good. Awesome. So yeah, so it's basically just another way, and I really do feel like it's Etsy's way of being like, hey, you know, it's really important, you know, this whole thing. How do we, and I'm going to give you 3 steps, how do we make sure that people have the best experience possible? Okay, number 1 is to communicate every step of the way. You have to understand, and I think some people sometimes forget this, that, you know, if people are ordering from you, they might be new to Etsy, they might be new to the platform, they certainly might be new to you, okay? So as much reassurance as you can give, and reassurance not in a weird way, but, you know, communicating when they have placed their order, just to be like, hey, you know, and you can do this automatically as well, you just need to go into the back end of Etsy, but just to be like, hey, we've received your order, you know, it's here with us, fantastic. When the order's shipped as well, 3 days after they have received it, or when you think they would have received it, just to kind of check in and be like, hey, I just hope everything's okay. And when they have left a review, just to thank them, okay? So those are just some places where you can just communicate with them and just make sure that you're being super clear. It also helps to manage expectations as well, because I do find that sometimes we can sort of say, okay, there is I forgot what my trail of thought now was. There we kind of say that the expectation of them to receive it will be XYZ, but sometimes things are late, and I just feel as if it's kind of stopping the issues before they even start, if that makes sense. Okay, so yes, it's just I find that it's like at least giving them a message after they order to just personally thank them and be like, hey, like, thank you so much. I see that it's being shipped to US, UK. You can expect your order in X to Y days and all that kind of stuff, right? Do you send these through the message section of Etsy? It depends on what message you're talking about. So the thank you for your order message is very much like you can do that automatically. If you go into the back end, you go under settings, you can do that. You can do that. Let me see if I can find it actually. So you go under settings and you go under options, right? And basically it will give you the option to automatically send one message for physical product buyers and one message for digital buyers. So yeah, that's just a nice automatic thing that Etsy can send. But if you're talking about any other messages, such as the after it's shipped and all that kind of stuff, Etsy will send like a notification, but it's up to you whether you want to do the whole message thing. And yeah, kind of, I guess, customize it just that little bit more, right? So yes, I would at least be looking at sending a message like up to a week after they've received it, just to check in with them and be like, hey, just wondering if everything was okay. You can also use that opportunity as well to ask them if they could possibly leave you a review. And within the message, you can just be like, hey, like, I just wanted to make sure that everything was good with your order, nothing arrived broken, or it didn't arrive late, or anything like that. And then you can kind of move on to kind of say, I really enjoyed making your order. And, depending on whether it's a custom order, you can talk more about that. And then right at the end, just be like, and I would love it as well if you could leave me a 5-star review. Reviews on Etsy are really important for visibility. You can be really, really honest. And I love to read them, and I just love to make people happy with insert thing here. So yeah, I would absolutely love it if you could take the time to do that. Every single customer, you want to really try and make sure that you get some kind of verbal review message, a message of thanks, or some kind of receipt from them to say yes, they've got it and they love it. Because it doesn't have to just be like a 5-star review on Etsy that they get. It can be, like I said, a message of thanks. It can be a social media shout out. Like, it doesn't have to just be on the Etsy platform. So I think really just putting that maybe in your message and saying, look, if you want to share me on Instagram, or Etsy review, or email me, or just send it in a message here, however you gather feedback, you can still share that. You can still screenshot it. It won't help you in Etsy's algorithm, but if people just really just want to leave you a DM on Instagram or reshare you or whatever else, and that's fine. Like I said, there are some people who are super new to Etsy, and chances are they're also new to you as well. It's not like when you place an order on boots.com, where what you're going to get, you're going to get it, that they're an established company, that it's all going to be fine. It's not like that. This could potentially be a special gift. It could potentially be a bridesmaid's gift. It could potentially be a bereavement gift. It's really, it's so much different, I feel, because a lot of people will be like, well, I hate it when Boots email me, or I hate it when eBay send me little pings on my phone and I have to keep clearing them. It's a little bit different, just because Etsy is normally the place where you go to buy that meaningful thing. It's not eBay that is constantly annoying you for parts for your car or something like that. So do just bear that in mind. It's not the same type of platform. It's not the same type of place that people are going to naturally get annoyed. It is a different type of customer base. It's a different type of product that they're going to be buying from you on Etsy versus eBay or something like that, if that makes sense, right? Number 2, and I have seen this surprisingly a lot. And number 2 is create a simple buying experience. The simpler you can make it, the better. Because quite frankly, if it is more complicated than add to cart buy, I would recommend having instructions in a image and putting that in your listings. B, I'd also put it in your descriptions as well. And C, if it applies across the whole shop, I'd put it in your shop announcement too. As we know, a confused mind says no. Studies have shown that conversion rates actually do drop the more complicated the order process is. Now, that could be confusion. That can be, oh, I'm just like doing it on the bus while I'm trying to, I don't know, run for my next train or and I'll just do it later because it's just I'm trying to do it on my phone and it's just too much right now. Or it could just be that people don't really understand it. Like we know, a lot of people are doing this on their phones, especially when they're bored or waiting for a doctor's appointment or the dentist. So a confused mind says no. Okay, so that's why it's really important then making sure that people know how to order. Even if you're just using the little drop down boxes, still put a graphic, just literally taking a screenshot of that box and saying, like, step 1, click the box. Step 2, select the option that you want. Yeah. If you are someone who does a lot of custom orders, let's say you do art and you do quite a lot of custom templates, or you do like pet portraits, or something along those lines, this is for you even more important. So just to make sure that people know exactly how they're going to get the information across to you that they want. Okay. We have a question. Hiya, do you know how to add a thank you message on the automatic dispatch emails that Etsy send when you use Etsy delivery labels? I could add a message when I manually complete an order, but I don't know how to do it with the Etsy labels. It just automatically completes them when I buy a delivery label. Thank you. We include this message on receipt pages and in the email buyers receive when they purchase from your shop. Leonie, they will get that message that you do automatically in the back end of Etsy under settings, info, and appearance. Let me just make sure that is where it is. Yes, it is. They will get that message when they purchase from your shop, but there is no way to do an automatic dispatch email, i.e. change the automatic little ping that people get, if that makes sense. The one that says it's on its way, and then it's got like a little picture of the map as to where you are and where it's going to go. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think you can change that. And also, you can do things like something really cool I had was someone took a picture of my package and sent the picture with the message. And I thought that was really cool because it was almost like a, hey, like this is your package, like this is actually yours. It's got your address on it. I actually found that really, really cool just because it was like, oh, it's got my address on it and I can see it. Also, as well, it just adds that double layer of reassurance. Obviously, if you've got like a ton of orders, it would be like a lot of work to do that. But if you've got a lot of high value stuff, it's just really, really cool. So number 3, and it is an important one. So when you think about it, when they are buying your item, they're on Etsy, they've done a search, they've bought the item, they're like, good, awesome, done it. But when your package actually comes through their door, that is literally the first interaction, physically wise, that they have with your brand. Okay. And let me tell you, there has been times when I have got some less than stellar unboxing experiences, to put it nicely, and it has really let the whole order down, if I'm being honest, right? So if you are just putting your earrings, let's say, in like a clear seal bag, and then you are shoving them in a jiffy bag, sealing it up, and then like sending it on its way, that's kind of not enough, because the whole point of building that strong brand connection is that those arms should extend out into every aspect and every customer touch point in your business. And when that item comes through the door, That is the first arm of that. Okay. So create a stellar unboxing experience. It doesn't have to be complicated either. It doesn't have to be expensive. You don't have to spend like £1, £2, £3 per box getting a fancy logo on it. You don't have to spend that. You can create a really lovely experience just by using real basic stuff. You don't have to, like I said, spend a ton of time, a ton of money, a ton of anything really to just create that really great unboxing experience. So that can be, putting ribbon, that can be putting a little sprig of dried flowers. It could be using washi tape. It could be using a stamp on your boxes rather than getting like foil, I don't know, printed logos and making it all fancy. It doesn't have to be this ridiculously high level thing, but it needs to be like another arm of your business. It needs to be like something else that you are putting time and attention and effort into, because this is basically representing your brand in the physical world. Because let's be honest, the majority of it, like I said, up until that point, is very much online based. So yes, it's definitely something that personally I've been doing a ton of shopping on Etsy and people's websites, and probably about 50% of the stuff that I've gotten so far has kind of left me feeling a bit like, oh, okay. I mean, the thing's fine. It's just the box. I don't know. It was a present for me, and I feel like it's just a little bit meh now, if that makes sense. Avi says, I use a spare page of my design wrapping paper, cut hearts out, and handwrite a thank you note, and I put logo stickers on my envelope. Yes, exactly, perfect. And that probably doesn't cost you the earth either. Stacey, I struggle with mine and how big the boxes are. So I put my logo sticker on the top of the box, brand color, tissue paper, and a handwritten care note. Yeah, and I think like something that you could do, Stacey, is because your products are dried flowers, aren't they? So what you could do is you could have, if you've got like the odd, because I bet if you're trying to like package those things up, like the odd sprig will fall off or break off or whatever. So you could like maybe put a little sprig of something maybe on the box as well with your logo. Ribbon, maybe like just plain ribbon. I recently got some logo printed ribbon done, and it actually wasn't that expensive. But depending on how big your package is, you might be using like, I don't know, a meter rather than like half or something like that. So yeah. Trisha, I have mini notelets and I handwrite thank you and include a printed affirmation, cost pennies. Yes, there's plenty of things that you can print, even at home, that you could, just kind of use. Like my favorite has and always will be the little scratch off stickers that you can buy on like eBay or something like that, and you can print off little cards at home with different offers on, cover them with the scratch off sticker, and then get them to like scratch it off. It's always been something. I've never had a package that's had one of those in, but I used to do them myself and I love them. I love like little scratchies. I sell digital invitations. Any idea? So obviously yours is very much online based. So with yours, your kind of extension of the brand would be what's included within the actual files themselves. So it could be things like having a little branded video to instruct them on how to use it. It could be like a little gift, like let's say you're doing like birthday invitations. You could also do like a little matching gift tag as like a little free gift, but also branded, if that makes sense. You could, that would be especially where sending a email out afterwards to be like, do you need, and do you need a hand? Another thing with you as well is that it would be so good to have that kind of upsell where, let's say you have like a wedding invite template. You could then email them and say, hey, just checking in, making sure that everything's cool with your order. If you wanted to, I could do a deal on creating a completely bespoke creation for you. If you found that this didn't really hit the mark, I could do that for X amount. So you're kind of like selling like a special offer directly to them. So that's another few ways you could do that. Trying to think what else you could do. I think videos, instructions, little free downloadable gifts are great for digital people. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. A little reminder, if you wanted to grab one of the 500 copies of the planners that we are doing a pre-order for, you can do that if you go to the link in bio on Instagram. You can find it there, or if you go to handmadebosses.com/planner, you can find out more about it there as well.